Hi, and welcome to my channel. Or if you're a returning subscriber, hi again. It's so nice to see you back here for another video. My name's Teslark, and today I'm going to show you how you can make a cute little beach themed jar using epoxy resin, mica powder, alcohol ink, beach sand, and some shells. As always, all of the materials that I use for this project will be linked in the description down below, so all of that information will be down there for you. And let's just hop into today's video. I went ahead and I pre-mixed my resin just to save us a little bit of time in this video, but I ended up mixing way too much. I believe that the entire body for this jar holds about 100 milliliters, so I probably should have just started with 100 milliliters, to be honest, because I'm going to pour this project in layers. But the alcohol inks that I'm using today are going to be the teal from Pinata Colors, as well as just a couple drops of blue from Let's Resin. So I'm taking a popsicle stick and I'm going to really thoroughly incorporate that pigment into the resin until it's really even and all just one color. I want my blue to be fairly translucent, so I'm not going to add too much pigment to start. A few months back, I used this mold to make a pressed flower jar, and one of you suggested or asked me if I could make a jar using some seashells, so thank you so much for the suggestion. I hope that this video finds its way to you and you let me know what you think. I really love getting feedback from you guys and suggestions, and I love the community that's starting to build here, so thank you. But I want a little bit of darker, more opaque blue, so I sectioned off some of that pre-dyed resin that I had, and I'm adding a little bit more of both my alcohol ink and I'm going to use some mica powder. So I'm adding a little French blue mica powder by Arteza. And you can always just check to see how pigmented your resin is by looking at the end of your popsicle stick. And it's always a good idea to add your pigment slowly because you can always add more pigment, but you can't take it out. All right, so let's go ahead and get our mold set up. I like to keep my molds in the plastic bags that they came in or just in Ziplocs to kind of keep dust out of them. And as you can see, this mold is upside down, so we're going to be pouring both of these upside down. So the first layer is going to be the top, and then when we pour that last layer, that's going to be the bottom of the jar. So starting out with some clear resin, and I'm just going to start and pour about a third way into the mold, following that up with some of my translucent blue. And then I'll follow that up with a little bit of my more pigmented blue. And after I pour some of this blue in here, I'm going to add a little bit more of my clear resin. And I'm only going to fill this layer about 2/3 of the way full because I want two distinct layers in my finished jar. And if I pour everything at once, it's all going to just kind of blend together. So taking some tweezers and then some little starfish and shells. Again, all of the materials that I use, I'll have everything linked down below, so just check that out in the description if you're curious. I poured a little bit of clear resin in another one of my 1-ounce measuring cups, and using a pair of tweezers, I'm going to dip my shells before placing them into the jar. And I'm dipping them first just to try to minimize some air bubbles, especially with these little shells that have like the kind of concave surfaces to them. So just dipping everything and then placing it down into the mold. And I wanted to do like a little detail on the inside bottom, so I just placed a couple shells and a small starfish there. If you're curious about this blue lid, we'll talk about it later, but essentially I'm going to cover these up and let them cure for a while, and then we're going to keep on moving. So I waited about 6 hours. My resin isn't fully cured, but it's pretty tacky. It's fairly set up, and I think I can put a little bit more shells in there without them completely sinking down to the bottom, aka the top of my jar. And my camera had a very hard time focusing, but I just did a little experiment by putting a shell on top of some of my resin that I had in one of my measuring cups. And as you can see, it's not sinking straight through the resin. So I'm gonna add a few more shells to my jar before letting this layer of resin cure completely. And just a friendly reminder, if you are finding this video to be useful or helpful, or just you're enjoying it for any reason, please don't forget to give it a like. It not only helps out my channel a whole lot, but it also lets me know that I'm making content that you guys want to see from me. And while you're at it, maybe consider subscribing. We're really close to hitting 9K subs on here, which I can't believe. I'm so thankful for all of you guys that have subscribed so far. And if you haven't, come on, join our little team. Okay, but anyways, I'm just packing some more shells in here, and this is how we're looking so far. I'm pretty happy with how this layer is looking, so I'm going to let this finish curing all the way before moving on to the next step. And I do like to cover my pieces as they're curing just to keep out any little dust particles. So it's the next day, I've let this set up completely and I think it's looking pretty good from the outside. Let's go ahead and finish this up. So I mixed up another small batch of resin. Again, I mixed too much. I'm sorry that I don't have exact measurements for you guys. My bad. But I've got another little batch of shells here and I'm gonna repeat that same process again. So I'm gonna dip the shells in my clear resin and start loading them up into my jar. And just take your time, have fun with this. Obviously this is all sped up and cut down, but these projects do take some time and some patience. I know that patience is kind of like the biggest currency, or attention, I guess, is the biggest currency these days. But if you can just sit with your project and take your time, I think you're going to get the best results. Next, I'm adding a little bit of clear resin to the top of this, which I actually wish I hadn't done because it ends up being that the clear resin is a lot lighter than the resin mixture that I mixed with sand. So I kind of got like clear on the bottom and then sand. I don't know, it looks kind of cool. You can see the finished results, but if I were to do this again, I would not have put that clear resin in there right then when I did. But next I'm going to take some of my beach sand and add that to my clear resin just using a spoon. And I want this mixture to be liquidy enough that I can pour it into my mold, but thick enough that it's not going to completely like separate from the resin. So you do want it fairly liquidy though, because this mold has kind of a smaller lip, so you do need to be able to pour it into the mold. And as you're pouring your resin, you do want to work slowly because it is quite viscous and it takes a minute for it to level out. Next, I'll use my heat gun to pop some of those bubbles that are forming, and then we'll let this cure completely before we unmold it. And curing times do vary, so just make sure that you're checking the manufacturer's instructions. Okay, so I went ahead and I let my piece set up overnight, so it's completely cured. It's nice and solid, and let's go ahead and pop it out of the mold and see how it turned out. This mold's a little bit tricky, so just kind of take your time with it. So I'm actually really liking this. I love all of the movement that we got in that blue. Like the darker blue kind of sank to the bottom. So we're getting these nice looking kind of waves. Sorry about the light. I'll definitely make sure to get some footage of this in the natural light so you can see it a little bit better. Also, don't mind my mess over here. I'm kind of thinking about making a video just showing you how I clean all of my resin tools so that I can reuse them. So if you're interested in that, definitely make sure to check it out. I don't know, I'll have these videos posted around the same time. So if you want to see how I clean and reuse my tools, I'll probably have it linked down in this video, not when I first release it, but sometime after. But I think this turned out pretty cute. I definitely shouldn't have added that layer of clear resin before I poured my sand, because the sand definitely ended up being heavier than the clear resin. So it's kind of like clear and then the sand, and then you've got the blue going up into the clear. But for my first attempt, I'm not too mad about it. Let me know what you guys think. Now let's go ahead and pop out the lid. Okay guys, so I gotta talk to you about this lid. I think it would have been cute like this. I did like a blue clear combo. I like it just like this, but I had this idea that I wanted to make it look like waves, like kind of crashing waves onto the top of it. And I just made increasingly worse and worse decisions when I was doing this. And it just kind of ended up being like a big blobby mess. I think I just didn't take enough time with it. Look at this. This is terrible, right? Anyway, if anyone can point me in the right direction, just let me know. Yeah, I figured I would show my failures too, so here we have it. It is pretty ugly, but I decided instead of just doing another blue and clear one, I wanted to do a gold lid because I figured the gold would really complement the blue and make the colors pop. So just taking 40 milliliters of clear resin and some mica powder. It's gold mica powder by Arteza, and I'm gonna add that to my resin, and then we will fix this whole lid debacle. So I'm just thoroughly mixing my mica powder with my resin. Also guys, when you're mixing pigments with your resin, you want to make sure you never go over like a 10% pigment to 90% resin ratio, otherwise you might have problems with curing. So you can get stuff really pigmented with staying well within that ratio, definitely. But I've got my resin mixed up, and now I'm slowly going to pour that into the lid. Again, it does take a while for the resin to level out, and I don't want to overfill this mold. But once I do have that completely full, I like to kind of massage the edges like really carefully, because this one tends to get like a few little micro bubbles. But after that, I'm gonna hit that with my heat gun, and then we will go ahead and let this cure completely, and we'll see our final jar. All right, let's go ahead and pull the lid out of the mold. It's totally cured, nice and hard, so let's pull it out. It's just like a nice gold color. The pigment came out pretty even, and it is nice and shiny because it is like that metallic pigment. Put it on top of our little jar. How cute is that? It's definitely really summery and really cute. I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this project in the comments down below. Thank you for spending part of your day with me, especially if you made it all the way to the end of this video. And if you did make it all the way to the end, leave me some sort of beach themed emoji just so that I know that you made it. I really hope that this project inspires you to make something of your own today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!